Hello everyone, this is Syed Saad Ali from South Tech and welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, as you know, in previous video, I have given a brief introduction about data science and how actuaries can implement it in their actual related work with combination of business and technology. Actually, today we will start from very basic topic in Python, that is input, process and output. And further, in upcoming videos, we will give an introduction to some new concepts, tools, and techniques used in data science. The videos will give a blend in both theoretical and practice to ensure that these techniques are understood in actual context with the use of the case study. So, let's start our first topic of Python. So, obviously, we have to know about Python, that what is Python. So Python is an open source free programming language that is used in web programming, data science, and artificial intelligence, and many other scientific applications. Uh, Obviously, learning Python allows the programmer to focus on solving problems rather than focus on syntax. Companies worldwide are using Python to harvest insight from their data and to gain competitive edge. So, introduction to Python programming. In our introduction to Python training, we will learn about fundamentals of Python programming language along with programming best practice. We will also learn to represent and store data using Python data types and variable and use conditional loops to control the flow of programs. We will also harness the power of complex data structures like lists, sets, destinies, and tuples to store collection of related data. We will define and document to our own custom function with a script and handle errors. Lastly, we will learn to find and use modules in Python standard library. Now, what is data science? Data science describes a broad multidisciplinary field that uses scientific method, process, algorithms, and system to extract knowledge and insights from the structured and unstructured data. It employs a technique drawn from many fields within the context of mathematics, statistics, computer science, and information science. The data science includes or associated with more focused disciplines, big data, data analytics, data mining, data analysis, artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, data visualization, predictive modeling, and deep learning. Now, how data science can be found potential for actuaries and why it's potential for actuaries. So, as you know, the world of data science continues to be both threat and opportunity for actuaries in traditional and new areas of work. With rapid advancement in technology, we can collect, store, and draw insight from the data like never before, with the potential to transform with both traditional actuarial fields and open up new sectors and industries. We think that big data is going to change the world, and we want to be ready to embrace the opportunities to come along with that. So let's start our basic topic, input, processing, and output, where we will understand the designing of a program, how the data can be input and processed and give us the output. There are total seven topics in this session. Number one, designing a program. Number two, input, process, and output. Number three, displaying output with the print function. Number four, comment. Number five, variable. Number six, reading input from the keyboard. Number seven, performing calculation. But in this video, we will cover our topics till four, till comments, and the remaining three, five, six, seven variables reading the input data and performing calculation. I will upload these topics in my next video. So we will only cover these four topics till comments. So, yes, what we will learn and what will be the outcome from this session? We will be learning about the basic programming development cycles, variable data types, and simple programs that are written as a sequence structures. We will learn how to write simple programs that read input from the keyboard, perform mathematical operations, and produce screen output. We will also discuss about what is pseudocode and how programmer make and write pseudocodes and write its program in flowcharts. They have also introduced in these sessions. So, number one, designing a program. The concept of designing a program states that program must be carefully designed before they are written. During the design process, programmers use tools such as pseudocode and flowcharts to create models of programs. Here you can see the program development cycles that enables the programmers to work correctly. Typically requires the five phases as shown below. The entire process is called the development cycle. So here you can see the first rectangular box states the designing the program. Number second, write the code. Number third, correct syntax error. And number four, test the program. And then in the last, you have to correct all the logical errors if there is some errors. So pseudocode state that there are some small mistake like misspelling the words and forgetting punctuation characters can cause syntax error. Programmers must have to be mindful of such small details when writing a code, and you need to be careful. For this reason, programmers find it helpful to write a program in pseudocode. The word is pronounced as pseudocode before they write the actual code of programming a language such as Python. They have to write a pseudocode. Here's the example how the programmer write the pseudocode in calculating a program. In A point, the program states that the user input the hours of work. This is the first step. In B, input the hourly pay rate. In C, calculate the gross pay as hour work multiplied by the rate and display the gross pay. Basically, this is a program of four step in which a user is inputting and entering the data, how many hours work within a day or week, and what is the hourly pay rate. So the working hours and pay rates are multiplied, both both are multiplied, and then in the end it displays a result in the form of gross pay. So we will study how this program can be designed and how programmer write this program in a flowchart step by step. So what is flowchart? Flowchart is another tool that program used to design program. Flowchart is a diagram that graphically depicts the steps that take place in program. Below shows how we might create a flowchart for the pay calculator in program. And here you can see this is a cylindrical box which says you start the program and how it works in Python. Then the second box is rhombus, inputs hour work, the total hours worked by the employee in a week or day. Then there is another rhombus which say there must be an hourly pay rate in later that get multiplied from the hours of work, and it shows in rectangular box the main calculation box. The gross pay is multiplied by the working hours and uh, by the period basically. So literally it shows gross pay, and it also show in rhombus box, and later we get the results in the end, and it shows in a cylindrical box. So what is actually input processing and output? The idea and concept in a programming language in which states input is a data that program receive. When a program receives data, it is usually processed it by performing some operation with it. The result of the operation is sent out of the program as an output. So computers typically perform the following three-step process. Number one, the input is received. Some process is performed in the input by Python language, and then it later produces the output. So this is the cycle shows of input processing and output of a pay calculating program, and how it shows like two inputs were given, the hours work and the hourly period. Then what computer or Python language did, it processes multiplied the hours work by the hourly period, and it gives as an output in the form gross pay. So this is how input process and output works in a programming language, and how the multiply, and the rates and the working hours get multiplied by this pay calculating program. So see, with some example within print function, we will learn how we will get the output by the print function. So the ideally the concept behind this, there is a print function that displays an output in Python program. So as a function is a piece of written code that performs as an operation. Python has numerous built-in functions that perform various operations. Perhaps the most fundamental built-in function is a print function, which displays an output on the screen. So here is an example that execute a print function. You can see I have written a print and my name, and we will run this program by clicking the run. And my name is basically is written in a parenthesis with a single inverted commas. So we will run this code. So you see my name is print as a string format, and we will later also study the string data types, the numeric and float, and obviously and integers. So here is my name is printed in string format, and these are in single quotations within parentheses. So Python accepts the print function in parentheses with single quotation, and here it printed my name. And no matter if you write the same name in double quotations, right, and it will print the same thing if you run this code. So here you see my name is printed once again, whether I write in double quotation or single quotations. So our last topic within this video, that is comment. The concept behind the comment, basically comments are notes of explanation that document lines or section of a program. Comments are better parts of the program, but the Python interpreter ignores them. They are intended for people who may reading the source code. Basically, comments are notes that are placed in different parts of the programs, and this explains how those parts of the program work. Although comments are critical part of a program, they are ignored by the Python interpreter. Comments are intended for any person reading program code, but not for their computer. So here I have given example. The program displays a person name and address, and basically, if you want to know what program is printing and what's this print statement define, we can see very simple. The first line that's print a name, John, and the second line, the KG07 full circle drive that prints address, and the third, it is the city, state, and zip code, right? So well, when there are big programs, there are different types of strings and variables, and this first box, this first code doesn't show any comments against the print function. So doesn't matter for the interpreter or Python programming, it will execute this code and will print John and the city, address, state, and address. So the programmer want to know basically what first line state, what third line state, and second line respectively. You can see in the other box, the programmer has written comments against print function, like the first line of John displays the name. Here has commented against the print function with hashtag. Hashtag is necessary for commenting, because if I doesn't put hashtag, this will accept as a variable or a string and will execute, that will not execute and give the error. So it is necessary if you are writing a comment for your ease and for other programmers who can understand your code. So you have to write the code in hashtag, following the hashtag. So you see the John is displaying the name, the second line is displaying the address, and the third displaying the city, state, and zip. They all are in single quotation, and that will be printed by Python if you run the program, and they are all in single quotations. So programmers commonly write end line comments in their code, and the end line comment is commenting that appears at the end of line code. It usually explains the statement that appears in the line. Each line ends with a comment and briefly explain what the line does. So, guys, this was the last topic, commenting. Then, in my next video, you will be learning about variables. What are variables in Python? We will learn about variables and the other topics like reading inputs from the keyboard and performing calculation. So, this was the basic session of Python, and I hope you enjoyed. Do comment in below box if you have any curious questions. Do like and share this video, and do subscribe my channel. Thanks, guys. We will meet again in my next video with the remaining three topics of input, process, and output. Thank you so much.